Have you ever like listened to a song and it like totally gets you, like right in the feels? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Music has that power, right?
Yeah.
To just connect with us on such a deep emotional level. Sometimes it's like the songwriter peered right into our souls.
It really is. And there are some songs that just seem to capture universal experiences, like Heartbreak. Today we are going to dive deep into one of those songs, a total classic. The Winner Takes It All by ABA.
Oh, an excellent choice. From their 1980 album, Super Trooper. A song packed with emotion and layers of meaning.
Yeah, for sure. And for all of you listening who, like me, love to get to the heart of things, today we're going to explore the story behind this iconic song. We'll uncover the meaning woven into the lyrics and music, but we'll do it all nice and concise, no fluff.
Exactly. We'll give you the insightful stuff, the good stuff, without getting bogged down in unnecessary details.
So, to kick things off, The Winner Takes It All is actually super intertwined with ABBA's personal lives. Like, the song was written by Bjorn Ulvaeus right after his separation from Agnetha Feltskog, who is, his wife, and also a member of ABBA.
Right. Talk about a deeply personal inspiration for a song. And the lyrics really dig into this painful experience of divorce, where one person is clinging to the relationship, wanting to make it work, while the other is ready to move on.
And get this, Agnetha, Bjorn's ex-wife, ended up being the one to sing it. Can you imagine, like, having to sing this heartbreaking song written by your ex about your breakup?
I know, it's almost hard to fathom. And what's even more wild is that Bjorn actually recorded a demo of the song initially. And some people who heard it actually preferred his version.
Wow, that just adds another layer to it, right? To think about how the song might have felt different with Bjorn's voice delivering those lyrics. But in the end, they decided Agnetha would be the one to sing it. And even Bjorn himself has said that hearing Agnetha sing The Winner Takes It All was incredibly moving. Like, he even said there were tears in the studio.
Yeah, it must have been a really charged atmosphere, with all those raw emotions swirling around. And I think it speaks to the power of the song, that it could evoke such a strong reaction, even from the person who wrote it. But to kind of navigate that sensitive territory, I guess, Bjorn has said that a good chunk of the song, like 90% of it, was fictionalized.
Oh, that's interesting. So, like, a blend of personal experience and creative storytelling makes you wonder what parts were drawn from real life and what parts were purely from his imagination.
Exactly. It makes you want to like decode the lyrics and try to separate the fact from the fiction.
Definitely. And Bjorn actually shared a little tidbit about his songwriting process for this one. He said that he had a bottle of brandy with him while he was writing the lyrics, which was pretty unusual for him.
Oh, wow. I mean, you can almost feel the weight of that moment, right? Like here he is grappling with this huge life change, pouring his emotions into these lyrics, and he's got this bottle of brandy by his side.
Totally. He even told the London Times that the lyrics just like flowed out of him during that writing session. He actually pinpointed a specific line in the song, saying, "By the time I wrote 'The gods may throw their dice,' the bottle was empty."
Whoa. That's pretty powerful. It gives you a glimpse into the emotional intensity he must have been feeling in that moment.
Yeah, it really does. And it's interesting to think about The Winner Takes It All alongside some of ABA's other songs. Like, Bjorn had already explored the theme of relationships falling apart in Knowing Me, Knowing You, which came out a few years earlier in 1976. That song really captures that empty, lonely feeling of being in a place that used to be filled with love and shared memories.
Right. So it seems like exploring the complexities of separation was a recurring theme for him. And in the liner notes for the Super Trooper reissue, he actually made this really insightful distinction between those two songs. He said, quote, "Knowing me, knowing you is an image. The winner takes it all is more of an inside thing. It's not really an image, but simply about feelings," end quote.
That's a really good point. Like, knowing me, knowing you paints a picture of the outward signs of a breakup, but The Winner Takes It All dives deep into the raw, internal, emotional turmoil.
Exactly. And speaking of the music itself, The Winner Takes It All was the first single released from the Super Trooper album, which, fun fact, the album cover is set in a circus, and a Super Trooper is a type of spotlight.
Oh, I never knew that. That's cool. It kind of makes you think of like Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way in a way, where a band member wrote a song about another band member. But the difference here is that Agnetha actually sang the lead on Bjorn's deeply personal lyrics.
Right, it adds this whole other dimension to it. And despite, or maybe even because of, those heavy lyrics, The Winner Takes It All has become, for many people, the ultimate ABA song. It's got that perfect blend of heartbreaking lyrics, those soaring, dramatic crescendos that ABA is known for, and then those sudden, quiet moments that just hit you right in the chest.
Yeah, those softer parts really make the vulnerability of the lyrics even more powerful. And Benny Anderson, the musical genius behind ABBA, has actually shared some really cool insights into how the song was structured. He said that the core of the song is built on just two simple musical phrases that repeat throughout.
That's fascinating. It shows how even with a simple foundation, you can create something incredibly complex and moving.
Right. And Benny said that the key to making those simple phrases so powerful is this counterpoint melody, which, for those who don't know, is basically a second melody that runs alongside the main tune, adding depth and texture. And he specifically pointed out that descending musical phrase that you hear at the beginning of the song, it also appears under the chorus and acts like a response to the verses. Benny even said that without this counterpoint, it would not have been a song.
Wow, that's such a powerful statement. It shows how much thought and intention went into every aspect of the music.
Absolutely. And Benny also shared this really cool story about how the chorus took its final shape. He was out in the countryside, and the idea just came to him to put these little pauses between the lines of the chorus. And he said that those pauses, those moments of silence, were what suddenly made the chorus feel complete.
It's amazing how those little details, those tiny breaths of space, can make such a big difference in how a song feels. And you know what's really remarkable? Despite the, super personal and potentially painful subject matter of the song, Agnetha herself has said that The Winner Takes It All is her absolute favorite ABA song.
Really? That's incredible. You'd think it might have been too difficult for her to sing or that she might have some negative feelings associated with it.
You would think so, right. But she's actually said that she found it really touching that Bjorn wrote it right when they were going through their divorce, and that she felt she could really pour her emotions into the performance.
Wow, that's such a mature and insightful perspective. Like, she was able to separate the personal experience from the artistry of the song.
Exactly. And she's even said that she didn't mind sharing such a personal song with the world because she felt it captured a mix of her and Bjorn's feelings and even some of what Benny and Frida were going through in their own relationship at the time. Like,
How?
it became this universal expression of heartbreak, even though it stemmed from very specific circumstances.
Right. It's like proof that sometimes the most personal stories are the ones that resonate most widely. It's just a shame they never got to perform it live as a band, which Agnetha has mentioned she regrets.
Yeah, that would have been something truly special to witness. But even without live performances, the song has had such a huge cultural impact. I mean, think about Meryl Streep singing it in Mamma Mia. That scene is so iconic. Bjorn himself was blown away by how much emotion Meryl was able to convey in her performance, and she reportedly recorded the whole thing in just one take.
Oh, chills. That scene always gets me. And, the song's influence goes beyond that. The Winner Takes It All is even the title of a 1999 documentary about ABBA, which shows how important the song is to their legacy. And it's been covered by so many different artists like Kylie and Danny Minogue and even Matthew Morrison and Jane Lynch on Glee.
Right. It's proof that the song transcends generations and genres. It speaks to something universal about heartbreak and resilience.
It really does. And, to go back to the writing process for a second, it's actually kind of crazy to think that this iconic song almost didn't happen. Bjorn said that when he first started writing The Winner Takes It All in a summer cottage back in 1980, he ended up throwing out that initial version because it felt too stiff.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting. It makes you wonder what that first version sounded like. But I guess it speaks to how dedicated ABBA was to their craft, that they weren't willing to settle for anything less than perfect.
Totally. And luckily for us, Bjorn revisited the song just 4 days later, and that's when things really clicked. He said that two different musical ideas just like came together, and he felt this delirious happiness about where the music was heading. And get this, for the initial demo, he used nonsensical French words as placeholder lyrics.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It just shows the playfulness and experimentation that went into their creative process. And then when it came time to write the actual lyrics, he said it all just came pouring out of him in one evening. He wrote them all out carefully by hand and then brought those handwritten lyrics into the studio the next morning. And that's when the real magic happened, the first time Agnetha sang the song.
Ah, that gives me chills. It must have been such a powerful moment to witness.
It really highlights how The Winner Takes It All came about through this perfect storm of personal experience, incredible musical talent from Benny, and Agnetha's ability to pour raw emotion into every note. It's a reminder that sometimes the most beautiful and lasting art comes from places of pain and vulnerability.
So for all of you listening, the big takeaway here is that The Winner Takes It All is way more than just a breakup song. It's a profound piece of music, undeniably shaped by personal experience, but also crafted with such skill and artistry that it continues to resonate with people around the world, capturing the messy, complex feelings of heartbreak in a way that few other songs can.
And with that in mind, here's a final thought for you to chew on. Given that fascinating interplay between Bjorn's personal experience and his claim that much of the song was fictional, who do you think is the real winner and loser in the song? Does your own experience with relationships, with winning and losing in life, shape how you interpret those roles? And are there any other songs out there that you think manage to blend a personal story with a universal message in such a powerful, enduring way? Let us know what you think.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep
I
listening.
keep exploring those deep cuts.
And those heart-wrenching ballads.
There's so much to discover.
See ya!
Bye.